Hi boys and girls, welcome to another Crafternoon. Today's craft is inspired by the book that I read on Monday called Officer Buckle and Gloria by Peggy Rathmann. So if you haven't listened to that video yet, go back and you can listen to me reading this story. And then I'm going to show you how to make this really fun craft inspired by the story, and it's a paper plate police car. So it's really fun, really easy to make, and now I'm going to show you how. So let's get started. To make this craft, you will need a paper plate. I used a small plate, but it doesn't matter what size you have. You can use whatever you have. You'll also need some black construction paper, yellow construction paper, red construction paper, and some white paper. You'll need a pair of scissors. You'll need a glue stick or tape, a pencil, a marker or black crayon, and I use some blue tissue paper, but I'll give you an alternative if you don't have any blue tissue paper, and some crayons. So let's get started. First, you're going to take your paper plate and you're going to, sometimes it helps if you just draw like a little outline because we want a car shape to our plate. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut off some of the bottom of the plate on a straight line. So I just cut off some of the bottom of the plate, and now we have a flat line, and that's going to be the bottom of our car. And then you can kind of draw little curvy lines. We're going to take out some of the sides of the top of the plate to create a car shape. And you can just make it rounded. So we're just taking out some of the edges. So you just want to make a car shape like that. This will be the top of the car, front and back, and the bottom. So the next thing we want to do is we want to either use our blue tissue paper, and if you don't have that, you can use a blue crayon, you can use blue paint, whatever you have to color your car. So I took some blue tissue paper and I cut some squares, and I'm going to glue them all over the plate until the plate is completely covered. And we're using, this is the front of the plate that bends in, and that's going to be the front of the car. This is the back of the plate, that's going to stay the back. So you just want to put some glue on your plate, and then you're going to take your tissue paper square, if you're using tissue paper, and you're just going to press it onto the glue. And like I said, if you don't have tissue paper, that's perfectly fine. You can just color it in with a blue crayon, whatever you have to make it colorful. And it doesn't even have to be blue. You could do a black and white police car, a black police car, whatever color you want to use. So you just glue it on until you cover the entire plate with tissue paper, if you're doing tissue paper. And then sometimes you'll get the tissue paper hanging over the edge. So you can just take your pair of scissors and you can cut off any extra tissue paper that's hanging over the edge so you can get that car shape that we started with back. Just go around and trim. Sometimes when you're covering all the spaces that are white, you might have some extra tissue paper hanging over the side. Okay, so there's our car shape again. We have our car shape back. And the next thing we want to do is we want to take our black paper and we want to get some wheels for our car. So we're going to trace some wheels, and you can search for a circle template, which helps so that you can trace, and we just need two. So I'm just going to trace that on the black paper. I'm just going to trace one. I'm going to cut it out and leave myself room to fold it over, and then I can cut out two wheels at the same time. Okay, so I'm just going to fold that over, and now I'm going to cut it out once, but I'm going to have two wheels. And then when you have your two black wheels, you're going to take your car again, and you're going to glue them to the bottom of the car. So just take your glue stick or tape and put some on part of the wheel, and then we're going to glue the wheel to the bottom, and then do the same thing with the second one, and just make sure to press it down so they stick. Okay, so our car's looking good. We have our wheels now, and the next thing we want to do is take our white paper, and we're just going to cut out a strip. This is just going to be the sign on the car, and we're going to write police on it so we know it's a police car. So you can take your black crayon, your marker, and I'm just going to write police. And this is just going to get glued to the front of the car, right in the middle of the plate. So after you write police, just take some glue, and we're just going to glue it right to the middle of our police car. We're going to keep going with our white paper for one more thing. We're going to make a window for the top of our car. And I have a window shape. This is the shape that I used, just a curved shape and then a straight line at the bottom. So I'm just going to trace the shape that I made, my template, and cut it out. And this is going to be the window for our police car. It's going to go in that curved part of the plate on the top. Okay, after you make your window, just put some glue on it. And then we're going to stick it right here to the curved top of the plate. Just press it down. Okay, just like that. And now we're going to take our yellow paper and we're just going to trace, I'm going to make a little circle with the cap of the glue stick, and that's just going to be the headlight for our car. So our car can see where it's going when it's dark out, put its headlights on. So we just need one, and then we're going to cut it out. And then once this circle is cut out, we're going to put some glue on it. And then we're going to glue it to the front of our car to make the headlight and just press it down so it sticks. And of course, our police car needs a siren at the top. So that's what we're going to use our red construction paper for. I'm going to use a little bit bigger cap than the cap from the glue stick to make a little bit bigger circle. Or you can use your glue stick cap if that's easier. And we just need one. I'm going to cut out the circle. This is going to be our siren for the top of our police car. And then once you have the circle cut out, I'm just going to cut it right in half down the middle. And I'm going to put some glue on it. And I'm going to glue it right above the window to the top of the police car. Okay, so there's your police car, and your police car is all ready to go. Now, if you want to do one extra thing, if you look at the sample that I made, you can see somebody is in the police car, and it's Gloria from the story Officer Buckle and Gloria. So if you like to draw, you can draw your own little dog that's sitting in the car, or you can draw a police officer sitting in the car, or you can find a picture online, print it out, color it in, and whatever you'd like to do if you want to add someone driving your car. And that's what your craft is going to look like when it's all done. So thank you so much for watching today. I really hope you enjoyed this craft, and hopefully you'll be able to make your own police car and have fun with it, and you'll be all set to go. So thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.